in, everybody, to another episode of ZB's Horsepower Talk. As always, I am ZB, Zach Brown, and joining with me, as always, back at it is my dad, former 410 Sprint Car crew chief and mechanic, Jeff Brown. We've been off for the last couple of weeks, a little bit of vacation, a little bit of here and there, but make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow anywhere you get your podcast platform, anywhere you watch this from YouTube on, and everywhere, all the social media platforms. One thing I want to start off with, I know we usually just cover all the basics and like do a recap of NASCAR and all this other stuff. I want to do something, and it's a little bit different, it's a little bit fun, keeps everybody engaged. It's called Off Camera, new segment that we are doing. So it's a little bit something. So we're going to tell something that we did this past week. Mine are usually pretty comical. I got two kids, so likely it's going to be something pretty funny, and just something what we did. And this is kind of a story. It ties in kind of in my vacation I went on last week. So I went down to Myrtle Beach last week with the kids. It's a fun time. We bring everything from the store and bring stuff from the house, like between like laundry pods, food, snacks, all this stuff. And so we bring all that, and then we bring all the stuff back. You just have a plethora of stuff when you get back. So everything's in like a Ziploc bag. It's not labeled or whatever. So when we get back. It was yesterday, and this is for you too, because you haven't heard the story either. So I'm just getting everything cleaned up and getting some dishes washed and everything. Well, there were two Ziploc bags. One was dishwashing detergent, little pods, and there was also laundry pods in another one. Neither one was labeled. So you can probably see where this is going. I don't know what the difference is because I'm an idiot. I'm like, oh, this is the same thing. Oh, I guess Haley got some new pods. Cool. We filled up and we're good to go. We're rolling with this. We got great new laundry detergent. So yeah, dishwasher's loaded up. 100% a liquid laundry detergent we used to wash dishes yesterday.
Well,
And
it's probably better than the other way.
I got a text from here's Chandler. All right.
Hi, buddy.
Uh, and so I get a text from Haley while I'm at work yesterday, and I'm a cop, so I don't really see too many texts while I'm working. I wasn't doing much. I saw the text, and she said, "Don't tell me you used laundry detergent to wash the dishes." I went, I don't know how to respond to this. So
Like I
yeah,
said, it's
that's
probably
what
better
happened
than
to me.
it's better than putting the
That's
dish
the
detergent
probably
in the washer.
relatable to more men than most people could guess. Very relatable, I would think. It
Yeah,
looks the same to me, damn.
right.
So I guess your off-camera thing that you did was you went to Williams Grove last week and saw some racing.
Yep. We actually had a big trip. So the way it worked out, we ended up we left Florida. We drove to North Carolina and met with my youngest son, your brother Michael. Stayed at his house. Then we drove up to Williams Grove on Friday and went in and got to see Dad for a little bit and watched the Mitch Smith Memorial and fireworks, which was on 4th of July and Saturday. Of course, when the Brown family gets together, so that turns into a party, let's just say. So, but before that, we did go to the Eastern Museum of Motorsports Racing. I think it's what it's called in York Springs, which anyone in the central PA area, or if you're going to be there, be sure to go check it out. It's a free museum. They only ask for donations. A lot of really uh, cool exhibits there. A lot of old cars. I mean, there's stuff that Mario Andretti has driven. AJ Foyt has cars there. It's pretty cool. A lot of history in that area. So that was and then we came back Sunday back to North Carolina, and then Monday back to Florida. So we had a lot of driving going on.
Well, it's always good to do something different. We always don't get to go up to Pennsylvania, so I need to make it a point to try to get up there again. Um, it's harder. Harder for everybody to get it figured out. For me, it just can't. It just doesn't work out to be off July 4th exactly, and that's just when Mitch Smith is.
Yeah.
But We're going to do dirt racing first, then we'll get into NASCAR because there's a lot of big stuff happening in dirt racing this week. So you can see from the hat, Eldora week, it's King's Royal week. Who's going to be the 42nd royalty king crowned? I don't really know how all that how that works, how royalties. Who's going to be crowned the 42nd King's World Champion is basically what I'm saying.
It's hard to
And
believe
then,
there's 42 of these things.
yeah, yeah.
Is it 42?
It's the 42nd this year.
That don't seem right
That's what it
because,
said on their Facebook
oh
page.
yeah, I guess I was just a teenager back
Well,
then.
King
Jeez.
King Donnie the Third will be crowning the champion on Saturday. So
Yeah,
he's
that's pretty cool.
honorary crowner person thing, whatever that's.
Yeah, it's sort of like
Uh,
a grand marshal
yeah,
or ambassador or some shit like that. I forget what
yeah.
they have a name for it.
Well, this past week was PA Speed Week. Tons of really great racing. One I really want to highlight. I was trying to get him on this week, but he's got a lot of racing going on with his son. Lance DeWeese getting a big win at the Greg Hodnick Classic at Port
Yeah,
Royal. It's his first win at Port Royal this year.
that
I
was a
want to say
great
it's his
race.
first in maybe 2 years because I don't know if he won a race
I
last year.
think he did win one last year.
Okay. But he's that team, that crew's been racing so much better. That is the hardest I've ever seen Lance run a race car in quite some time. He was running the hell out of that thing to get that win. It meant a lot to him. I'm pretty sure he and Greg were fairly close. They raced with each other quite
Yeah.
often, so he knew him very well from just at least the garage. I don't know personal level, but. That was really cool to see. So really big hats off to Lance Deweese. I mean, just so many good races on PA Speed Week. Hagerstown put on some great racing.
Yeah.
I mean, Wheels Grove when you were there was a good race.
Yeah, no, it was a good race.
Lincoln was a good race. Yeah,
Like I said, racing, sprint car racing in general, no matter if it's, local or, traveling series, the racing's been pretty good for most races. You never know who's going to win.
yeah. It's been yeah. And PHP Week's always traditionally very good racing, and it's
Yeah.
just you get a wide variety of people racing into it. I mean, Christopher Bell came up there, raced some. Kyle Larson raced up there for a few races. Chase Dietz gets his first ever PA Speed Week win. So a lot of just a wide range of drivers came up through and were racing. This past week, World of Outlaws have been racing a little bit everywhere. Ones to highlight are was it the Outlaws that were a Fremont or was it High Limit? Because Fremont was a
High
really
Limit was at Fremont. Outlaws were last night at Attica.
Attica was that's the first time I've seen Attica where you could see the cars.
Yeah.
Attica has done a tremendous job the last few
They had a
years.
race earlier we commented on, and now I don't know if they just been getting a ton of rain and the track's been good, but it's a racy track. You just can't see it most of the time. So the last couple of races that we've seen have been pretty good as far as the amount of
Well,
dust.
that outlaw race is fresh in my mind because I literally just watched the highlights because I forgot Attica raced last night. It's been a long week of racing for World of Outlaw guys, but I didn't know who was going to win. I didn't see who won. I didn't even go through social media, so I was like, "All right, well, Larson's going to win." Then it's like, "Oh, then Buddy Kofoid's going to win." Well, he spins, and then poor Sheldon Haudenschild, who
Yeah,
would have thought that we would have bet on him because he literally coming to a few laps ago, he had the race one in the bag and he spun out a couple of times. A couple of drivers hit up, went too high on the curb, went over the curb, and on the exit of four,
yeah, you can do
cushion was
that
pretty
there for
big there.
sure.
Yeah. So Carson Macedo, who fell back to like seventh in the middle of the race, ends up winning. And speaking of Macedo, we have Stroker Ace, his brother, who flips over the freaking start finish line and wins the race at
Yeah,
which one was it?
Fremont.
It was a Fremont. It was his first touring series win, so
Yeah,
good for him. I don't know how much you can celebrate when you just destroyed a race car. I mean, you won a race, but you just destroyed the race car. Not
I
gonna pay for
I
that.
saw Chris East do that in the 17E down in Florida. I think East Bay hit the outside wall coming to the checker to win and flipped it down the front stretch across the line. So yeah, we called him stroke race there for a while.
Well, we're gonna get into dirt racing this week. Talk about Eldora. Let's go through it. We'll give our King's Royal pick here in a minute, and it's hard to pick that. But now it it never had four races in a row where there's two major touring series racing for big time races here in
Yep.
Eldora, just all in a row. Traditionally, they would spread it out from different weeks between all stars going there, but now high limit races the same week for I want to say it's like the Joker Classic or something on
Yeah, it's
Thursday.
the 100,000 to win tomorrow night, and it's some kind of dual race tonight where they have two. They split the field in half, so they got two main events tonight going
And
on.
I think that sets up the heat races, the lineups in the heat
I
races.
I was trying to watch it a little bit, and I don't know if I missed where they were talking about their format, so I didn't quite see what the exact format is. I just know they split the cars in half because I was sitting there looking at I was like, oh man, Christopher Bell drew dead last. I'm like, oh wait, they're sorted by car number, so never mind.
Yeah, yeah. So the biggest thing is you're racing four races in a row without any type of weather there. That track's sure to get really, really slick by the end of the Kings Royal.
I would think so, but you know what? Tony does a pretty good job on track prep there. There's gonna be no shortage of having water put on that track. So he's got all the top-notch equipment to get that thing dug up between the races. I think it'll be pretty good. Now, by the end of the night, the Kings Royal, because I don't know if we may even see more cars. There's 62 of them there tonight, I believe.
I'm sure you'll
So,
see some more.
so I mean, if we're gonna have 60 to 70 cars 4 nights in a row, it's gonna, you would think it's gonna take the toll on the racetrack. So we'll see how track maintenance goes, and I really don't know what kind of weather might be going on. So
Yeah,
it's nice out there right now today. I got it on the background. They got time trials going on right now.
yeah, the really cool thing you're going to see is that the 50-50 is going to be one of the biggest 50-50s.
Yeah.
Every year it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger at that track.
Well, they do it. You can buy it online. You have to be in Ohio. It may or may not work if you have a VPN on your computer connected to an Ohio server. I've not tried it. I don't know if I have actually Ohio servers. Might have to look into that.
Or not, allegedly.
You know what? You win that 50-50. I'll get my ass to Ohio to go pick it up some one way or the other. I'm like, no, yeah, honestly, I was there.
Yeah, I wonder how that like do they you have to claim it within like a certain amount of days
I I
or
don't
if you
I
do it
don't
it's
know.
weird yeah because what was it when we were there it was 30 something
Like
thousand when we
the
were at the
the
truck
take home,
race.
I think was like 75,000 or something. That was for the truck race.
Oh yeah, and I think I want to say last year was over 100,000 for the Kings
I
Royal.
think so too.
Facility
Yeah,
is
the
just
Kings Royal, it'll be over 100 grand for sure.
yeah, that's a bucket list, and we were talking today. We need to make it a point to possibly go up to the. It's not a bad drive, just boring ass drive, going all the way up a high, just literally nothing. If you ever drive to Eldora from North Carolina, anybody, there's literally nothing. When I mean there's nothing, there's no signs, there's no buildings, there's not even clearings. You go through West Virginia, it's just trees upon trees upon trees. Like,
An
give me
occasional
something, give me a
tunnel.
view. You don't even see birds. Like, where are we? It's like a damn foreign planet that we're on. It's just trees. It is the worst drive. And then when you get to Eldora, it is field, track.
Yep.
So yes, all right. Um, let's get into our picks for the 42nd. I almost said the 72nd Kings Royal. Jesus. The 42nd Kings Royal. Who do you got to win on Saturday?
Well, you know what? This guy's been nailing the big money races this year. I got to stick with him, Buddy Kofoid.
I wonder if they would crown him as King Michael or King Buddy.
Yeah. I'm going to say Buddy.
Well, one guy that is this is a big dark horse for me. You kind of stole my pick, so I'm not picking the same one.
Oh, okay. I had a
Uh,
feeling you were probably
but
going
I
to pick
had
him.
two in mind, and this one, like, this is out of left field. It's not being sarcastic. It actually is out of left field. I was gonna pick him for one of these big money, either this or the Knoxville Nationals. But what I've seen in the last few races, he's been consistent, been running up there, and randomly he has been hitting the big races. Bill Baylog to win the Kings
Okay.
Royal, and he will
That'd be
be
pretty cool.
King Bill is pretty cool sounding. Just saying. That and I think it'd be a pretty popular win. I think the North Pole Nightmare is fairly popular. I think he's well liked in the garage. He
Yeah,
races pretty
he
clean.
has vastly improved this year. I'm very impressed at how well he's been running.
Yep. But I do think Buddy Kofoid's a really good pick, though. I think he would definitely be in contention. He's been
I mean,
racing
you
really well.
can't count out, you can't count out gravel. You
Well, I'm
can't
not
count out
picking the
Messina.
obvious. Yeah, I'm
I
not.
don't know if Larson's going to be able to run the Kings Royal or not.
They're at. I
Yep.
bet he can. They're
Christopher
at
Bell
Dover.
will not be running in the 69K, but Ryan Smith will be in the 69K. And coincidentally, Ryan Smith's he's in his own number 6 car there tonight and tomorrow. So
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good for him to at least
yeah,
kind
he
of get a
got
feel
some
for the
track
track.
time. I don't know how much he's really ever ran Eldora. So
Yeah, and I'm sure they're going to be sharing notes for this coming weekend too. So that'll be good. It'll be interesting to see how Seabell does these next 2 nights. Don't be shocked if Larson races though, because
oh,
it's
and
just
it is on live on FS1 tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
that's pretty big. That's big for sprint car
That's
racing.
huge. Yep.
It'll be on the Fox Sports app. I'm assuming that's usually what FS1 is on too.
Yeah, I guess, but that's pretty cool. So it's hopefully everything runs nice and smooth for them and puts on. Sprint cars can be a little difficult to have a live show, so hopefully,
They managed to do at least the live final rounds for NHRA, so I think they can
yeah,
figure it out. Um, I think with Eldora, I think it's the best chance to be well organized. Um, all right, well, there's our Eldora picks. So let's get into NASCAR, talk about NASCAR. Been a couple weeks since we got to talk about this. I went kind of on a rant a little bit about Chicago last week, and when I mean a kind of, I did go on a rant last week when it was just me in here. Um, what can you say about SVG? He's just so much better
yeah,
on these road courses than anybody. He just leaps and bounds ahead of everyone. His confidence is through the roof on these tracks. It's the first time he's raced at Sonoma ever, but he just has a knack to just know when to get back to the gas, when to push it too hard or to go lay off a little bit, conserve the tires. It wasn't even fair. I mean,
yeah,
he went off the track and still maintained a 2.5 second lead. I mean, Ch Chase Briscoe said it the best. He's like, there was one rocket ship and 37 race cars out there, and we had the fastest race car. We just couldn't beat that rocket ship. And I think that's a great analogy. I mean, it's very impressive, but it's where like, can he do anything on the ovals? Is he going to perform anything on the ovals? That's the question. Can he improve to actually prove to other people that he's more than just a road course ringer? This is more than a road course ringer. It's like a road course just ace. Never seen it before. It's insane. But if he can perform on ovals, watch out. I mean, now he's slowly creeping up into the standings and point
yeah.
standings.
He's actually third in playoff standings right now with
Yeah,
3 wins.
yeah. So just now it's going to be a test of what can he do at Dover. And Dover's a tricky track. It's a concrete 1 mile. It is
Yeah,
fast. The
high
fastest
bank.
concrete mile.
Yep.
It will be interesting. It's not a easy. It's a very driver track. Um, very impressed with what he's done though. Very impressed with the Xfinity races the last 2 weeks. They've been phenomenal. And
Yeah,
I don't like road course race. I something about Xfinity though, I don't mind the road courses. Now
yeah.
Sonoma, I really enjoy.
I
Sonoma's one of
like
my favorite
Sonoma.
road
That's
courses.
always a fun.
But I mean, Connor Silich and SVG have been putting on some hell of
Yeah,
races in these last couple road courses. Um, SVG could have completely crashed Zilich out, and I actually kind of expected him coming to turn 11, whichever the final turn is on
yeah,
Sonoma. I thought he was going to push him out of the way and bump him, but he never did. Zilich was impressive. He was giving it all could on that. Zilich is very, very impressive driver. He's going to be the next Trackhouse driver. He's going to fill in for Suarez. I can almost guarantee it.
yeah.
Like that's going to be
Unfortunately, I think they're going to push him up too fast. I think you're going to see another situation like they pushed Joey Logano too fast. I think he needs another year in Xfinity, my opinion.
yeah. Well, the thing is,
But
Joe.
it's money. I mean, it's a
The
money-driven
thing is,
sport.
Joey never got to really practice like the year before in the Cup Series and work his way up and kind of get a feel for that team. But if he's going to end up on the same team, he's raced a few races already in Cup. I think he'll be fine, especially with Junior as the mentor. I think he'll be all right. I don't see any too big of an issue with him going up. Um, and then it's the next one. Are you going to see Carson Kawapul eventually make his way up? I think he's progressing nicely. It's just Zilich is just just a rare talent that you
Yeah,
see.
it just a phenom. He's definitely one of the new up and comers that I'm a big fan of for sure.
Yeah, I
Just
mean, I like him. I
I
like
mean,
all the
he's
Junior.
and he can run an oval too. That's the thing. I mean, he's pretty good on them.
I mean, he won Pocono, and he's got a very. I mean,
Yeah.
Junior Motorsports is really good at Dover here in the Xfinity Series. So, specifically, Justin Allgaier, he is the favorite to
Yep.
win this weekend. Anytime you go to a concrete track, watch out for Justin Allgaier. Um, let's get into NASCAR fantasy. Been pretty good to me the last couple weeks, folks. Just letting
Yeah.
you know,
I am now last in fantasy.
I have overtaken second, and I am on my way to first because I used basically the same lineups the last 2 weeks, and I have done very well with that. Now it's all gonna shit the bed.
I was gonna say, I bet your lineup's not the same now.
It's gonna be it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different this week. Complete. Don't have SVG. Don't have all the road course people. It's kind of getting back to action. So
I
go
got
ahead
one
with
road course guy.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to just regular guys that can race well at road courses, I've got
Yeah.
those. But go ahead with your starting lineup for NASCAR Fantasy at Dover.
So I had to bring out the guns this week.
Yep.
So my five, I have Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Chase Elliott, and in my garage, Christopher Bell. So in my matchups, here's where I think the Cinderella run comes to an end for Ty
Yes.
Dillon. I got John Hunter Nemechek
Yeah.
over Ty Dillon, Denny Hamlin over Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain over Kyle Busch, and Tyler Reddick over Ty Gibbs.
Yeah. Both of the if in case people didn't know the in-season chat, this has been I like this in-season challenge. I was skeptical of it, but it's pretty exciting. This is where you're racing for 16th. That's out of a damn
Yeah, so we're,
race.
we're down to four.
Yep, it's the final four. And this is where TNT screwed up though. Before I go to my line, let's go on my rant. They screwed up by not having a camera pointed at any of the matchups. They were racing with each other and they had no cameras on them. Like SVG he won. It's over.
Yeah.
Pointed at them. And then they show a replay because I didn't know that Ty Dillon passed Bowman. And then he bumped him out of the way and it was nothing dirty. It was as good as aggressive as a move as you can make. You never took him out. That's the way you got to do it. Bowman should have
Which,
just done better.
which Ty Dillon's been running better than his brother, I should say.
Yeah, but he's not bad at road courses. But I'm with you. It's going to be a little bit different this week on the oval. So my starting lineup for Dover is I have very similar to yours. There's a couple differences. I do have Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and in my garage is William Byron.
Okay.
And all the matchups was in.
Oh, okay.
Nemechek, Hamlin, Chastain, Reddick. Ty Gibbs, I think, could do pretty well. I did initially have Ty Gibbs in my lineup, but I was like, let me just stay kind of away from him. I think he'll have a decent finish, but I think Tyler Reddick's going to win that matchup. So that's why I have him in mind. It says the hot picks are Chase Elliott, who's been racing so well lately. Don't be
Yeah,
surprised if
he's
he actually
been he's
beats
been
Denny Hamlin.
starting to come along at the right time now.
Yeah. And Denny Hamlin's another hot pick. He's very good at Dover. It says avoid Joey Logano, avoid Bubba Wallace, and the sleeper is Alex Bowman. So we'll see
Yeah,
how
Bowman does. All Hendrick's cars are going to be fast there.
we'll see how the fantasy shakes up, but let's give our picks for this week. So who are you picking to win at Dover?
My pick is Denny Hamlin to win. Mom's pick is William Byron.
And my pick is Chase Elliott for this one. Chase
Okay.
Elliott is pretty good at Dover. It's a very pro Hendrick track, pro Chevy track. I mean, I think Jimmy Johnson got like 11 wins at Dover.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Dover, can't count out any Hendrick.
Speaking of which, I wonder if Jimmy Johnson's going to run this one.
I don't know. No idea.
Uh,
Didn't see the entry list.
not that it's relevant anymore, but
No.
he does run a few, and this
There is a
you think
rumor
one of
that
his best tracks
there
would.
is a rumor that they're gonna race Dodges once the Dodge goes back into the Cup Series.
If Dodge is going to come in, they're going to need a good team. Petty's always been a Dodge
Wouldn't shock
guy,
me.
so I think that would be smart.
At least get something, just to start with something.
Yeah,
Toyota
you
started
got you
with a
got to have
smaller team,
somebody.
and they've been racing really well lately. They really have. The IndyCar races at Iowa. phenomenal. No crowd though, probably because
That's
tornado.
surprising. I mean, there
Well,
wasn't, didn't look like
well,
there was 1,000 people.
well, people might have evacuated the state because of tornadoes,
Well,
maybe.
yeah, because normally there's big concerts and everything. I don't know if they had it this
They
year, but
might have had to cancel them because of the weather.
yeah, because I mean they
That's
had where it was Carrie Underwood and Kenny Chesney and
yeah. I mean,
some
usually
other
it's a
big
big,
names I can't think of right off the top of my head. So
usually it's a big event, but they were still good racing. First race,
yeah, those
Pato,
things are fast around that track.
God, Pato steals a win from New Garden on the first race. In the second race, Pelot gets another oval win. So, championship leader gets a win over his teammate, Scott Dixon. So, Ganassi
Yeah.
had a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, that second one, New Garden was by far the fastest car, and but
He was
he
fastest in
wasn't
the
getting the
both.
gas, he wasn't getting the fuel mileage and everything. He pitted twice, and then the caution came out and had to go to the,
Yeah, he had like the worst luck to him on it.
yeah.
Um, I think that is there drag racing this weekend?
It may be this weekend.
Well, we'll recap drag racing when we get back to it and talk about it. To end this, I want to do we're getting back into our fun segments. So I've been seeing this podcast. I've been listening to this podcast rather, and the Makeshift Project. So they do a bunch of fun games, and we've done similar ones to this before, but I want to try this one out. So it's called it's basically blind ranking. Well, kind of blind ranking. I'm not going to be able to. I'll give you a list of everything. So there's four different categories. You have $15 to spend to make the perfect tailgate experience. Now there's five, so we'll just go through the first five, and then I'll give you the next. But I'll tell you how much money you have. So you got to choose wisely because you can't choose the $5 one
Okay.
each time, obviously. So for drinks, for $1 you get water. For $2 you get lemonade and sweet tea. For $3 you get soda. For $4 you get liquor, and $5 you get beer.
Wow.
Haha.
We're tailgating, right?
Yeah.
You gotta go $5 beer.
Okay. Well, you got $10 left. All right. For the food, for $1, only chips and munchies. For $2, fast food. For $3, chicken on the grill. For $4, burgers and dogs. And $5, steaks.
Let's do $3 chicken on the grill.
Okay. So that would be $8. You have $7 left. Games.
How many more categories do I got?
Two more.
Okay.
So yes, $7 left for the games for the tailgate. $1 throwing the football. $2 video games. $3 beer pong. $4 ladder ball, and $5 cornhole.
Wow. I like ladder ball. I'm gonna do $4 ladder ball.
Well, you have $3 left for your final category, which it's location slash the actual race you're going to.
Okay.
So for $1, any Talladega race. For $2, the Bristol Night Race. For $3, the King's Royal. For $4, Daytona 500. And for $5, the Indy 500. So you can't do the 4 or 5, obviously.
Yeah. You
So you
know
get
what? It's Kings Royal week. Gotta go. I'm gonna spend all my 15 bucks. We're gonna hit Kings Royal. So we're
all right.
partying at Kings Royal. We're gonna drink beer, grill some chicken, and play some ladder ball. Hell yeah, that sounds good to me.
That's a good tailgate experience to me. All right. Well, I think that does it for this week, guys. So we're gonna hopefully have some good Kings Royal action, good Eldora racing this week, and make sure you check out the high limit race on FS1 tomorrow. I think it's making its debut on FS1, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe so.
So let's see how the ratings go. Make sure everybody watches it and gets those ratings up and up, and hopefully you'll get to see more
Yeah.
sprint car action on at regular TV like you do with all this
So
other
NASCAR
racing.
fans, we got Kyle Larson in the 57, Christopher Bell in the green Interstate Battery 69K.
That thing's sharp.
That is sharp.
Do they keep the interstate batteries for I guess the whole week?
I don't know.
I don't know if they have another wrap to just like change everything up.
Yeah. I you know, well, I mean, be swapping a tail tank and hood and wing
Yeah, I guess.
really wouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys enjoy some racing this week, and we'll catch you next week. See you then.
All right, bye everybody.